Hi guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and today I am coming to you from the past. Woo! Today, for me, is actually Thursday, let me see what date it is, July 31st. I know this video is going up next Wednesday, but I'm pre-shooting this in the past, because right now, as we speak, on this day that I'm uploading, I'm having a hectic week. I already know I'm gonna have a hectic week. Not only is my sister getting married on Saturday this week, and I'm the maid of honor. Whew, crazy busy. Have to get the last minute details down for that wedding. But I'm also, if you don't notice, all the boxes around my room, I'm also in the process of moving. Yay! My boyfriend, who, if you watched my videos for a long time, has been in Florida the past year. He finally came back to New Mexico. I'm so excited for that. So he finally came back, and we're moving in together, and I'm so excited to finally be moving in with my boyfriend after a year of not getting to be with him because of the distance thing, and I'm super excited for that. So not only am I dealing with my sister's wedding and work, I'm also dealing with the process of moving to a new city, to a new house with my boyfriend, and I'm excited. So it's gonna be a crazy week for me with transfers and wedding planning and moving, and I'm just not gonna have time to sit down and shoot this on Wednesday. So that's why, if you see me in any videos that same day that I just happened to shoot that day, and I'm wearing a different outfit, that's probably why I have a different outfit. And I also wanted to explain to you guys why I haven't been on for a while, and why I've been skipping Top 5 Wednesdays, because I really miss Top 5 Wednesday, but I've been avoiding topics that weren't very important to me, so I can concentrate on this wedding and this move and just, all the fun things that are happening this week. Crazy, I know. So, this week, I just had to do this topic because there are so many things that I had for this list. I actually couldn't narrow it down to 5. I know it's cheating. I'm sorry. I have a list of 12 people here. And the topic for this week on Top 5 Wednesday is our top 5 most unlikable characters. And since I equally hate these characters with a passion, like seriously, I couldn't even tell you how long I spent narrowing down the last 6 because I hated them all equally. But the awesome part about this one is that you couldn't pick villains. But luckily for me, there is a lot of characters that I don't like that aren't necessarily villains. Now, there are a couple of cheats in here because there are a couple people on this one show that I'm going to mention that haven't had a chance to play villain yet. So they've been a villain once, but they're kind of like flip-flop villains, so I thought it might not count. It might count. So that's why I kind of juggled around with them a little, putting them on this list a little bit. But now, without further ado, these are my top 12 unlikable characters that aren't villains in their franchises. I do have a video game on here, one video game, and I do have books and TV shows because I thought that was such a broad range of topics that I could just talk about them. So coming in at number 12, I don't have that many fingers, so coming in at number 12 is Emily from Until Dawn, which is a video game. So for the people who don't know Until Dawn, it is a video game that has the butterfly effect. Has this really cool thing called the butterfly effect where the decision you make in the game controls your whole entire game, and it's really awesome, and I can't really go into a lot of spoilers with this one, but I am going to talk about why I don't necessarily like these characters that I'm mentioning. mentioning. I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, but there are going to be a few things mentioned that might be a little bit spoilery, just not ruin your whole experience of things. So, coming in at number... So, the reasons why I don't like Emily, she's very low on this list, because the only reason I don't really like her is she's obnoxious, and one of my favorite characters in Until Dawn is Jessica. So, they have this whole rivalry between her and Jessica in this game, and I'm on Jessica's side, so I don't really like Emily. And she's just kind of rude to her boyfriend during this game, and she's the overall snob girl that I don't really like or appreciate in this game, and she doesn't really get better during this game either. Like, I watch her character arc, and I see no character development about her whatsoever. So, this is one of the reasons why she's one of my most unlikable characters. And going into more unlikable characters. So, number 11, I forgot to throw in the quick disclaimer. Just because I don't like these characters doesn't mean you have to hate these characters. Just totally opinion. This is totally my opinion. You could like these characters. I just don't like them. And please no debating down below, trying to get me to change my mind, because I've had one person do that and be really rude to me about it, so I don't really debate anymore down in the comments, unless it's a logical debate and not an illogical debate. So coming in at number 11 is one people I might get hell for, but is Selena from Throne of Glass. Now, don't burn me at the stake just yet. I have only read the first Throne of Glass book, but because I do not care to go to the second one, I didn't like Selena. The only reason I didn't really like Selena is because she didn't remind me of a 17 or 18-year-old girl. She kind of threw around comments like she was a 12-year-old most times, and she was just really bragging, and I don't like people who brag and can't, like, live up to the expectations of what I have in my mind for them when they're bragging. So when she was bragging, like, I'm the best assassin in the world, there's nothing that she really showed in this book that actually proved it. Now, that might not be the fault of the character as much as the author not giving enough description of what she was doing in the book. Maybe this book would have been, it's gonna translate amazing to film if they ever do make a film about it, because I could see how badass she is. She is on screen. She's one of the book badasses that I can't really get behind because I can't envision her being a badass. Now, I've heard she gets better. I've heard that she gets more badass as the series goes along. I just don't really care about any of the characters besides Kale, so I'm not going to continue the series. So, coming in at number 10, I could finally put my fingers up yet. Yay! So, coming in at number 10 is one of the most annoying main protagonists I've ever seen, and that is Zoe Redbird from the House of Night series. I don't like Zoe. I find her really annoying and whiny. She bitches about having to do this thing. She is the, like, I think the House of Night series actually invented the chosen one trope, because she is the definition of the chosen one, but if the chosen one decided to bitch all the fucking time, that would be Zoe Redbird. And she kind of like I'm not really judgmental. If you want to have a lot of boyfriends, fine, but come on, girl, you gotta make a decision. Stop stringing guys along all the time. It's one of the reasons I didn't really like her characters, that she strung along so many of the male protagonists in that book that I just found myself rolling my eyes during most parts. Like, come on, guys, she's not the only girl there. Probably not the most attractive girl either. I mean, you're in a school full of attractive girls. I'm pretty sure you could find someone better than Zoe, but no, they couldn't. And then she got offended whenever they tried to go to someone else, which is what another person on this list did that I'm gonna mention in, like, one more place, since there's one person I liked more than I liked him. But let's move on. There's other stuff to be discussing. So, coming in number 9 is Magnus from the Fallen Kingdom series. Now, I know Magnus is People's Bay, but again, I've only read the first book. Trying to read the second book, but I have a lot of books to read, and of course I haven't been able to read a lot in this past 2 months, and it's frustrating, but it is what it is. So, yeah, Magnus, I can't, he's really cocky, and his obsession he has with his sister is really gross. I'm not gonna get into spoiler territory on that one. And what he did to Theon, I still can't forget. I can't forget that. Sorry. Not going to. So coming in at number 8, I have one that I actually really got hell for by one of my commenters on my Crazy Ex-Girlfriend review, and that is Josh Chan from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I am not personally a fan of the Chan, how to discuss why I don't like Josh Chan. He reminds me of, I don't really want to get into my personal life, but he reminds me of, like, a couple guys I used to know, and it's really annoying. Like, he reminds me of a guy that I hate. Guys that I hate. The kind of guys that are really, like, don't know what they have until it's gone type guys, and then when they're gone, they want them back, so they try everything to get them back when they're already happy with someone else, and I'm just over here like, really? This girl has been pining for you almost all season, and now you just finally want her? I'm sorry, I'm not down for that. I don't like that. And I find this funny because a lot of people who say they don't like that trope, like Josh Chan, even though he does this trope of the guy friend who doesn't know what he has until someone else comes and appreciates the girl for, another guy comes and appreciates the girl for the things that the guy didn't want her for in the first place. That's Josh Chan, guys. I don't get why you guys like him. I'm personally sorry for Josh Chan fans. He's not that bad of a guy. He's actually pretty nice, but I love what his friend told him to stop being a bitch. That was hilarious. I totally love it. What? The other Josh totally tells it like it is, and I was so happy about that. It's like, if she wants to be happy, someone else let her be happy. If she comes back to you, whatever. I mean, I personally am not a writer, but I would not put Josh and Rebecca together. That and the message it sends to people is really off-putting. And if you want to know more of my thoughts, I'll link down below my Crazy Ex-Girlfriend finale review, because I go into more depth why I hate this couple, why I hate Josh Chan, what I really think about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, because I personally love this show, despite Josh Chan. So, coming in at number 7 is one that I'm actually really gonna get hell for, because a lot of people like her in this series, but I found her to be really annoying, and that is Lisa Dragomir from the Vampire Academy series. Now, I will be first to say that Lisa isn't really a bad person. She just gets really needy and really annoying at times. And the thing she does get to me a lot. And she's actually quite a for a selfless character, she is kind of portrayed as a really selfish character at times. And I'm just over here like, why do people like Lisa? She's whiny, she's kind of annoying, but I do get why fans actually really do like Lisa. I like her somewhat. so much. She's not the worst person in the world, but she's not the best person in the world either, and I just can't not put her on this list, especially when it comes to the Romy tree thing. If you guys have read Spiritbound, you know what I'm talking about, because Spiritbound is actually my least favorite book in the Vampire Academy series. So, yeah, that. So coming in at we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, the ones that I really, really had problems narrowing down. So coming in at number 6 is Seth from The Secret Life of Tristan Scott. I've really never met a more sexist and obnoxious character than when I was reading Seth. He was sexist, he was obnoxious. I don't see why anyone is friends with him. He treats women like all they are sexual objects, and if they're not pretty enough, he thinks that they're not good enough, and that just really put me off, and I hate guys like that, I really do. So, number 6 definitely has to go to Seth, but lucky for him, I have 5 more people that I actually don't like more than I like him. Ugh. So coming in at number 5 is another character that might be a little controversial, and that is James Stark from the House of Night series. I hate possessive boyfriends. I really do, and James Stark hits all the check marks of a possessive boyfriend. Like, I get that Zoe kind of, like, flip-flops between guys a lot, but oh my god, I've never seen a guy more obnoxious towards a woman than Stark is. And at first, the reason why I put him a little bit higher than the other 4 is because he did show a little bit of niceness in the beginning of the series. I actually liked Stark before he was with Zoe because he was okay, but to me the relationship was rushed, and he became a really obnoxious boyfriend. And overall, there was a lot of things he did that I didn't like, that personally just made me kind of like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck him, I don't need that negativity in my life, and especially what happened after what happened to Heath and what he did after what happened to Heath. It's like, really, I couldn't find better times to do that. Like, seriously, it was one of the things that really pissed me off about the House of Night series, and Stark is one of the reasons for it, so that couple, just bye. So coming in at number 4, I have a controversial one, not because people like her, but because she is kind of a villain, but kind of not a villain, and that is Lily Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. Oh my god, how much I flippin' hate this woman is insane. Not only did she do what she did to her sons, but she also did things to Elena. She did things to other people. She didn't care who she hurt, as long as she got what she wanted. She kind of reminded me of a more cynical version of Catherine. And yes, Catherine is a villain, but I don't portray Lily as an actual villain because she didn't really do a lot of villain type things. She did do a lot of obnoxious things that made me go, oh my god, why do people flippin' like this woman? And how much I hate her because of what happened to Damon. Oh my god, like, if people didn't know the Damon Salvatore poster, Damon is one of my favorite people on Vampire Diaries, and what she did to him was inexcusable. She's probably one of the worst mothers I've seen in television, besides Monica off Shameless, but we're not gonna talk about her whatsoever, because she's not on this list. Surprisingly, I thought about putting her on this list, but she didn't quite make the cut. Didn't quite make it. So coming in at number 3, I couldn't mention Lily without mentioning one of my most hated characters on Vampire Diaries, and I'm gonna get really, really big hell for this one, But if you watched my Vampire Diaries reviews, you know I don't like this character. I don't stick by this character. I love the actor in real life. He's such a sweetie. But I don't like his character, and that character is Steven Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. Now, before you sharpen your pitchforks and get ready to go guns blazing in the comments section, please let me explain why I don't like Steven. Not only did I hate his relationship with Elena and how much of a bitch he was towards her after, like, during it, and he didn't have this really possessive boyfriend thing, but the reason why he had this possessive boyfriend thing was kind of self-explanatory. Like, I didn't hate Steven until season 3, when he started mistreating Elena, but there is a video online that has reasons not ships Elena, which I totally agree with. Not only, like, I don't think this is really spoilery because it happened in season 1. Not only does he try to get out of trouble by mentioning to Elena that she's adopted. Let's go by how you don't tell a girl she's adopted. Not that way, Steven. And I really didn't like Steven by how he was portrayed as the good brother, when we know he's not the good brother. Actually, very, like I like the Vampire Diaries because it shows that even the good brother has a bad side, and even the bad brother has a good side. Case in point. But, the other things that really annoy me about Steven was how he treated Elena after the breakup. I mean, talk about a really bitchy ex-boyfriend. Steven fits those check marks a lot. And he had to find an excuse why Elena liked Damon more than she liked him. And don't even give me the shit about the Sire Bond, which in one episode already explained it. But, you know, it's kind of like, oh my god. Not only, and he blames Damon for almost everything bad that happens in his life. My god, that, like, you could say Damon does that, and yes, Damon does do that, but they weren't necessarily not true about Steven. More like, it's kind of like, both brothers have reasons for hating each other. Let's get that out of the way. Right before that, but Steven's more like, oh my god, everyone and their fucking mother loves Steven, and Damon just gets treated like a piece of shit all the damn time. Let's talk about that. What's so special about Steven that makes, like, I can't even form a good sentence. Okay, Steven turns off his humanity and does all these shitty-ass things, and he's still portrayed as a hero brother and the good brother. But when Damon turns off his humanity and does all these shitty-ass things, he's portrayed as the bad brother who gets slandered a lot by the other characters, and the only person who could really see the good in him were Elena. What's Elena? I'm just over here like, really? Really, Damon is not that bad. And when you think about, like, that's why I like Season 7. If you don't want to watch Season 7, I'd recommend it because it goes deeper into why Damon is the way he is. And it gave me a new understanding of Damon, even though I love Damon, and they didn't really need to give me the background explanation about why he is what he is. But it made me love Damon more and appreciate Damon more as a character. And another reason why I don't like Steven is because he gets away with almost every bad thing he does. And then, you know, it's kind of like, oh, it's all Damon's fault that he's in a bad situation. But whenever, like, another thing that pissed me off about, whenever Damon sacrifices himself for Steven, yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Damon is still selfish, even though he sacrifices a lot for his friends and his family. But, you know, Steven is the overall hero of the story, right? So that, I guess it's just how Steven is portrayed that makes me like him less, and how he acts most of the time towards bad situations that he's dealt. I'm just over here like, oh, Steven, ugh. So coming in at number 2, you think that rant was bad. Coming in at number 2 is Eric from Demon Kissed. Oh, I hate Eric from Demon Kissed. It's not a very popular book, but Eric is obnoxious. He's rude. I liked him at first, and then he just went batshit crazy. And I can't, the only reason I'm not talking about Eric more is I can't get into this without getting into major spoilers. And it upsets me. I'm just over here like, I really want to talk about why I think Eric sucks, but I can't. I just can't. Too many spoilers. Aha! Okay, so coming in at number 1, my overall most unlikable character that I just really hated was probably someone that you've heard me talk about before, and that is Shay from the Nightshade series. I didn't get why Shay was there. He was a completely unnecessary character. Not only does he fit the obnoxious, overprotective boyfriend trope that I hate, but he also is just he also fits a lot of tropes that I hate. The whole, I'm so strong and you're so weak, even though I'm really a really weak character, and no character development trope. Oh my god. This guy. I loved the other guy that was in this triangle. I hated Shay. He brought nothing to the story except to be just like Callie's other love interest. And it made me really hate Callie for this. And I'm just over here like, why? Why would anyone want to choose this obnoxious asshole? Who only thing he's good for is whining most of the freaking time. My god, so many tropes that this guy fits under, so many bad things I could say about him, but I can't go into spoiler territory, so there you guys have it. That was my long list of my most unlikable characters. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys all have a nice week. Bye!